I just got set up for the evening sit. It's Friday, November 8th. Just bombed down here after work and got a couple hours of light left. So hoping to catch something cruising. I'm sitting right below this shelf above me, and I had a camera on there. And I had a doe last night bedded right by this scrape up here. And I'm looking at this hard edge, these thickets right below me. I'm hoping to catch him down here while it's still light out. We've had some really warm weather this first week in November. I'm in a long sleeve shirt right now. It's probably 65 degrees and it's just crazy. I mean, it seems like deer are still moving, but a lot of nighttime, a lot of like first thing in the morning kind of deal. But I'm out here, hopefully catch something in the evening, and got next couple of days to try to make something happen. All right, I'm on some public land here in my home state in Pennsylvania, doing some postseason scouting, gonna pull some cameras. Also wanted to break down the scenario that happened when I tagged my buck back here in November. Still some west winds predominantly the last few days, so I wanted to hunt this east face of this north-south ridge. And I've had a camera down here for a good 2 years now to grade the shelf on this upper third. I always see a good trail running on here. So when the sun was out, I had thermals coming up, so I had good access to sneak down in here. And not only did I then notice a scrape right off this side, I had a doe bedded right here in front of that camera. I noticed just the indent in the ground when I pulled that card. Sure enough, that whole night before there was a doe bedded right there. I actually then hunted below the trail since I know this area. I've seen does bed here. And November 8th, I really wanted to get around what I knew to be some doe bedding. And it gets a little bit thicker as I went down there. So I was between thick stuff, and then right above me was this trail, and I didn't really want to cross the trail, but you kind of got to like pick your battles. So I tried to just come straight down, hoping if a buck came through, I could get an arrow in him before maybe he caught my scent coming down. And then I also knew it's a rut too. You might be able to get away with like some of that stuff. So I just figured I'd rather be close to where I know those does bed down the thickets, keep that trail above me, just you kind of got to give something up at some point, you know? So I rolled the dice there a little bit, but I still felt like I had better odds coming down. So I climbed up in my tree, and I knew I didn't have a lot of time before sunset at this point, but I got ready as fast as I could. I remember hung the camera, just said something, turned off, left face paint on, and then I couldn't believe it. He was coming on this shelf. I knew there was going to be a certain point where he's going to catch my scent trail coming down. Even though his nose was down, he was on a mission. He was going right to where that doe had bedded. I stopped him. He was sub 15 yards, and I just sent one. I literally got set up, recorded that video, put some face paint on, sat for 5 minutes, and he came down right here, came down to that shelf, kind of how I walked in, and was just sniffing around, put his head down. He looked at me for a little bit, but couldn't smell me or nothing, and kept going out that shelf. And I kind of had to thread the needle a little bit, but it was 15 yards. You know, just to be safe, I'm just gonna give it time, maybe like an hour or so. But since he ran down the hill here, and I shot him back up here, I'm just gonna go try to grab that arrow. So we'll see what it looks like. Got some blood here, and he went down. All right, so it turns out he actually took a hard turn and died on this shelf right here. I had to back out, regroup, get back on blood, and just slowly found drops and drops of blood. I arrowed a good buck last year, an 8-point here. Did not find him. That was on Friday the 13th. Spent that whole night and next day looking for him. I knew it was a bad shot. I hit some branches, went underneath them. And then after that, I went to Colorado and hunted mule deer later in the month, and didn't get back till like mid-November, and pretty much missed the whole rut last year. Hunted late season, and just had a really hard time getting on a buck again. So then just kept up the scouting real hard all spring, summer, got cameras out, just really kept at it. And then again this year I hunted to about second week of October, but I went out to Idaho and I hunted mule deer. So I don't know when I'm gonna learn my lesson to stop leaving during the best times for whitetails here. I came back first day here November 8th, and it's been so warm. I mean, look, it's November 8th. I'm quite content in this long sleeve wool shirt. I just was worried about the rut, if it kind of already came and went. It's just been so freaking hot. This isn't crazy big buck, but I'm not even letting my mind go there. I'm more than happy to get done with a bow. It's been a grind. You know, hunting private land and like gun hunted public always, but never got it done with a bow on public on like a good piece that I scouted. I put a lot of time in the off season, and it just taught me so much. I love the grind of it. I love the chase. I love that chess match, and you know, it came together tonight. Just more than happy, and gonna get to work here. Gonna pack him out, and yeah. So that's it. Pennsylvania, public land, buck down with the bow. Couldn't be more pumped. I don't know, whenever I quarter up an animal, get them all in the meat bags and pack everything out on my back, I just feel so much more connected to the whole experience, the animal. I don't know. I just think it's awesome. All right, I think we're gonna be all right. We're loaded down. That's it. Public land buck, one nice load. Oh, no, we're good. I ain't going nowhere. All right, best part, here we go. Oh yeah, not bad. Not bad at all. All right, let's rock and roll. He wasn't the biggest buck. He actually just shrunk on me too a little bit when I got down on him, but I was more than happy. This public land stuff is not easy. I grew up hunting a lot of private, still learning, still trying to be a best student I can. You know, it's fun too, because I just pulled this one camera. I got so many more I got to pull and more scouting. It's fun, you know. I'm happy with that deer, but I think it's good to push yourself further. Goals change. I'd love to get a bigger buck, and I'm happy to see even on this first camera pull that I got some really good bucks that look like they hung around even after I tagged out. So I'm excited. This is it. That 2025 punch tag, it starts now.